settling into your yoga mat. Whatever voices are flying around in your head, see if you can just breathe and just find a place of solitude and stillness. Bring your hands together to your heart center and just take a moment to bow. Releasing any tension out of your emotional body. Taking this time to, just as you're sitting here, release anything that doesn't serve you in this practice. Make it a fresh new start at this moment right here at this time. Rejuvenating your mind, your body and spirit in your hope, and that internal love. And release your hands back to your knees and kind of move your sits bones here and start to shift from side to side. Releasing any tension from the sides of your body, the sides of your waist. A moment to come to center and draw your head all the way down, chin to chest. Like a little rounding of your spine as you hold onto your knees. And breathe in through the space behind your back. And then slowly draw your chest forward and lift your gaze up towards the ceiling. Cat-cow movement, nice and slow. Round your spine, open the space between the shoulders. And breathe into that space. And then draw your chest up and lift your gaze up. Pull the shoulder blades together as you draw up. And round your spine once more. Breathe into the space between your shoulders. And draw your chest up. And come back to center. Draw your right ear to your right shoulder, finding length through the left side of your body. Just breathe into that neck, breathe into the stretch. Take your right hand towards your right shoulder and just hold your right palm right between the shoulder blade and the collarbone. Breathe through the palm. Exhale it out, let it go. Release your hand, release your head, and move your head over to the left side. Find length through the right side of your neck. Take your left palm and bring it to the right side of your shoulder between the collarbone and the head of your shoulder. Breathe into your palm. And then go ahead and release it, let it go. Bring your head to center and roll your shoulders just twice. And then use your chin to draw little half circles from side to side. As you do, start to bring your head from right to left, and then draw little circles in between. And shake your head, and then draw those little half circles from side to side. Come on back to center, roll your shoulders back. Take your head and shake it no, keeping your neck nice and long. Beautiful. Roll the shoulders back once more, and then we're going to go ahead and come to our hands and knees. Use your blanket to bring them underneath your knees and open it up and give yourself lots of room. And your palms down. Just going to drop our belly and lift our head and round your spine. Hold the space between the shoulders. And then drop your belly and lift your head and round or release your spine. And then find that space between your shoulders. Hold and breathe. And then drop your belly and lift your head. And hold and breathe. Come to a neutral spine and shake your head no. Nod your head yes. And drop your belly, lift your head, round your spine. And move your cat-cow once more. Flex your feet, push into your palms, and just hover your knees for a moment to lengthen through your spine. So there's this long length through the spine as we just hover for a moment. And then lower your knees. Beautiful. You take your feet all the way down. Take your right hand and bring it towards the center of your body, but just to give your support here, take your left hand to your low back and find a little opening here. Left hand to low back, reaching up to open the left side of the body. Breathe in through this. Turn your gaze down, and then go ahead and bring your gaze back up. Turn your gaze down, and bring it back up. Good. Place your left hand, support the body here. Feet are flat. Take your right hand and open up this right side. Right hand is on your low back towards your hip. And shake your head no. Look down. and up. And then bring that right hand down. Bring your palms out in front of you, and I want you to lift your hips into your downward dog while you bend your right and left knee to shake it out. Stretching all the way through your calves, your hamstrings. Just moving here. Stretching all the way up through the hip. And then draw both heels back. Bend both knees. Look between your hands and just take a moment to walk to the front of your mat. From here, you can fold. Use a block if you need one underneath your hands, if you need height. As you fold, bring your hands towards your ankles or hands on your block. Now, can you straighten out your legs? And if that's too much, come back to your bent knees. Just let the head hang, let the blood come down to the crown of your head. And then just completely relax in your upper body. So if you need your blocks would just be under your hands, or you use your block to relax. Wherever you are, just fold here and breathe. Let the low back unwind. Take your feet just a little bit wider than hips width and just sway from side to side. And then I want you to slowly, like a rag doll, ever so slowly, no rush at all, roll yourself up as you come to a stand. You're going to draw those shoulders all the way back. And you're going to come into this mountain pose with your feet beyond hips with distance. You're just going to move your body from side to side. And just switch your shoulders from right to left. Just kind of rejuvenating, reviving, giving yourselves a fresh start, releasing whatever is out of our power. Now you can walk your feet together and take a big breath. Take your arms up above your head and reach them up as high as you can. Find yourself a little back bend. And breathe into it. And then just go ahead and release the cactus arms. And then extend your arms. Come back to center. Bring your hands to your heart. Let's do that once more. Lift the arms up. Reach up, find a back bend. And then bend into those cactus arms. And then extend your arms behind you and bring your hands to your heart. Take a big breath in. And then bring your hands to your hips. We're going to hinge forward from our hips with a flat back. Beautiful. Fold back to your fold, and you can drop back down with bent knees. You can bring your hands to your ankles and just fall into this once more. This time our feet are closer together. And we're going to sway our hips from side to side. And I want you to come to a half lifted chest, but keep your knees bent. Move from side to side. And then the next time you come to your left, hold. Maybe fingertips reach the mat, maybe fingertips are on a block. hold over here. Your hands are hanging. They're like rag dolls. Center, half lift your chest, fingertips to your shins. Take a big long breath in. And then reach over to your right. So your fingers are hanging. We're like a rag doll. Reaching over to the right. Back to center. And then we're rolling back up like a rag doll. Roll it back up. Roll your shoulders back. Take your arms wide and then just give yourself a hug. Give yourself a big hug. Get your fingertips back to your shoulders and move from side to side. Just notice which elbow is on top in your hug and go ahead and switch to the other side and come to your hug. Beautiful. Unwind your hug, shake your shoulders out, and bend your right knee and shake your right knee from side to side. While you're shaking it, hug again. Shake your right knee from side to side, coming up to the ball of your right foot. Shake it out. Notice which arm is in front and open up your arms wide. Take a big breath in and then tuck that right knee up into your chest. Give it a hug. Roll your shoulders back. Release your right knee slightly and see if you can move, holding your balance, your right knee in your hip socket from side to side. And then release that right foot. Take a big breath in. And exhale it out. Now take your left knee and shake it from side to side. Just move this knee from side to side. Give yourself a hug so you can hug in the opposite direction as you shake it out. Breathe through the hip, breathe through the knee. And then release your arms, open them up and give your left knee a hug. Roll the shoulders back, hug it in. And then rock your left knee from side to side. Little balance here. You bring your right hand to your hip. Woo. And then release that left leg. Take a big long breath in. Find that back bend. Cactus your arms. And then fold. And half lift your chest. Ragdoll fold. Shake yourself from side to side. Draw your hips back. Take a long breath in, let the arms really hang. And then go ahead and bend your knees and send your right foot back and your left foot back. Come to that plank. And then you can drop your knees down. You can remove your blanket or keep your blanket there. It's up to you. Find your cobra. Tops of your feet are down. Lift your chest. Shake your head once. And then go ahead and push back up to your plank. You can stay on your knees if you need to. I'm going to move my blanket out of the way. Into your downward dog. Bring your feet together to touch and draw your right leg up. Flex your foot and point your toe down towards your left heel or ankle. Beautiful. Step your right foot forward. Take that left knee all the way back and down, top of your foot down. Push into this right knee so it doesn't go beyond your toes, but it's close to the top of your foot, and reach all the way up and find a back bend. And then bend your elbows for that cactus. And release your hands to the mat. Take your right foot to the left. Find your plank and hold and breathe. Draw your knees down, bring your belly down, or move with a long spine down to your mat. Find that cobra. Shake your head no just once. And then lower your chest, lift up, push up to your plank as you breathe. Remember, you can always keep your knees down, and we'll find that downward dog. Breathe it out. Feet are going to come together to touch. You're going to lift this left leg up. Point your toe down. Breathe through this. Flex that left foot. Look between your hands and then send your left foot between your hands and send your right knee down. Top of your foot down. Hinge this left knee right over the top of your foot as you reach up and find your back bend. And then your cactus. And bring your hands down the left foot. Send your left foot to your right. We're going to move through that Chaturanga nice and slow once more. So find your high plank, drop your knees if you need to. Lower your chest. Come up for your cobra. Shoulders, elbows back. Lower your chest. And then reach yourself back up to your high plank and breathe. Remember, you always have the option to keep your knees down if you need to. Downward dog, breathe it out. Pull your belly in, lift your hips up and back as you breathe. And if downward dog is not part of your practice, then that's when you move into child's. We're going to go ahead and walk our feet together and take our right leg up and send our right foot between our hands. Turn your left heel down and walk all the way up and open up into warrior two. And we're going to shift over that right knee, that right top of your foot again as much as you can. And then shift back up to normal. Shift over and shift up. Shift over that right foot. Now stay there as much as you can and take a reverse. Bring your right arm up overhead. Stay in that front bent knee as much as you can and reverse back. And breathe. Now take your right elbow to your right knee, and then just take your left arm, instead of bringing it forward, bring it behind your back, just like we did when we started class, and open up this chest. Option to look down or option to look up. Stand your left arm back up. Extend your left arm overhead for one long stretch. Pull your belly in, maybe gaze up, and breathe. And then go ahead and lower your left hand. and lower your right hand. Turn your left foot back and send your right foot to the left. High plank. If you don't like this, come to child. Chaturanga. Chest looks high. And all the way back up to downward dog. Feet can come together to touch. Take that left leg, reach it up. And step your left foot forward. Open up to warrior two. Bend that left knee, really bend and reach into your warrior two as you breathe. Kind of come out of it slightly and then bend back into it. Come back out slightly and bend. Stay bent as much as you can. Hold that bent knee and then just reverse your left arm back. Push into that bent left knee as you breathe. But if you feel yourself coming out, bend into it and then bring your elbow to your knee and bring your right hand to your hip and open up. And again, you can keep your gaze down or you can bring it up to you. Take your right arm up overhead and then bring it for a long stretch. Take a well-deserved stretch through your right hip. Bring your right hand to your mat. Turn your right foot back, left hand to your mat, and send your left foot to the right. Find your high plank. Take your time as you roll down to your belly. Stay a moment in your cobra to breathe. Shake your head no. And then come all the way down to your belly. Big, long breath in. Bring your forehead down. Exhale the breath. Push back up to cobra once more. Shake your head once more. Maybe move a little higher. And let's find our way back to our downward dog. I want you to hold. So the alternate to downward dog would be child's pose if that's what you need. Same stretch through your back. So take what works for you. Walk your feet together to touch and draw your right leg up. Send your right foot forward. We're coming back to that warrior two. Reach it up. Hold and breathe. Bend as much as you can into that right foot and reverse. Elbow to knee, extend. Reach overhead. Windmill back down to your mat. This time, push your left hand down and reach your right arm up. Take a long twist. Take your right hand to your hip, open up. Bring your right hand back around. Use your block here if you need to. Bring it by your right foot. Step your left foot in and push into your block. Especially if you need to. We're going to straighten out this leg as much as we can as we breathe. You can also use two blocks. Flatten out your back as much as you need to as you breathe. And then send your left foot back. And send your right foot back, move through a chaturanga. Or child's. Downward dog. Feet together to touch. Left leg lifts up. Left foot comes forward. Find that warrior two. Bend into your left knee, really bend. Reverse. Angle. Right arm should reach up overhead. Give yourself that long stretch. Good. Bring your hands down over your left foot. Right heel is back. Open up for your twist. Grab your blocks, especially if you need them. Draw your right foot forward, straighten out your left leg. So your blocks, you would use them right underneath your hands to give you a little height, support whatever it is that you need to support in your hamstring or in your low back. Let your crown come down as you breathe. And then send your right leg back. Send your left leg back. Move through Chaturanga. Always the option to skip it and move to child and then back up to your downward dog as you breathe. And again, you can stay in child's. Breathe through this long downward dog. Then both your knees, hover your knees, and then go ahead and walk to the front of your mat. Fold, maybe half lift your chest. Hands to your hips, half lift again. Fold. Bend both knees, sit back in a chair, and then bring your arms out in front. And breathe. Just hold your seat, arms are forward as you breathe. Kind of turn your elbows inward. If you can draw your right heel up, ball of the foot connects. And then do that on the left side. Draw your left heel up, ball of the foot connects. Release both feet as you come to a stand. Find your back bend. And your cactus arms. Release your hands, release your neck, and bring your hands to your heart. Take a moment to stand here, just reconnecting to your intention. Finding that fresh start today. Just really, we use our practice to just connect inward, to let things that don't serve us go. And release your hands. So from here, I'm going to stand up nice and tall. You guys can stay forward. Take your arms above your head. Take a big breath in, cactus with your back bend. Release your arms, swan dive, flat back to fold. And proceed to bring your fingertips to your mat and shake it from side to side. And then roll yourself up. Reverse your swan dive. And we're going to give ourselves that hug again, but this time see if you can cross your right elbow under your left. So you have the option to hug or pull your hands back to back and lift your right elbow up. And then go ahead and bend that right knee and shake your knee from side to side, just like we did in the beginning of class. Shake it from side to side. Tuck that right knee into your chest. Hold it without your hands. Hold it there. And then see if you can cross your right foot over the left. You can tap your foot down, the ball of your foot, the top of your foot, or wrap it around your ankle. Bend into your left knee and send your left hip back in your chair. Lift the elbows up and then go ahead and release. Release it all the way out. Take a big breath in. Flat back, swan dive, fold. Half lift that chest. And then roll yourself up. Swan dive reverses. Beautiful. And let's go ahead and bring our left arm under the right. So again, you can give yourself the hug, or maybe hands are back to back. So you're going to reach the arms up. And then just bend this left foot and swing it from side to side, this leg, as we did in the beginning of class. And then send the left knee high as you can. Tug it in. And then cross your left foot over the right. Option to wrap it or just bring your toe down. Whatever works for you. Pull the elbows up as you breathe. Back to your intention. Breathe through it. Release your arms and release your leg. Let it go. Hands to your hips. Take that fold. And shake yourself from side to side. Walk your hands over to your right. And then rock your hands over to your left. Back to center, fingertips to shins, to half lift the chest, breathe it out. And fold. Lift yourself all the way up. Take your arms above your head. Find your back bend. Find your cactus arms. Release your hands by your side. And then bring those hands to your heart as you breathe. Release your hands. Come to the front of your mat. Take your feet hips width distance. Move from side to side. Release the low back. Just swing your arms from left to right. Let your head hang. Shake it out. Start to kind of lift your legs from side to side as you swing a little deeper. Letting go of whatever doesn't serve you in this movement. Making your way through this life and being in control of what you can be in. And that's you on your mat, living in your body. Swing a little deeper. Stay with it. You're in the washing machine and you're freshening up your life, freshening up your clothes, freshening up your energy field. Breathe through it. Wind your spine. Wind your emotions. Take your arms a little higher. And make you go a little deeper. This is the beauty of practicing at home. Nobody can see you. Now go ahead and come back to center. Stand tall and just notice how you feel. Close your eyes. Feel the energy moving through your body. Who are you in this moment in your practice? What do you need to cleanse? What dirt or grime needs to leave you, leave your body? Go ahead and bring your feet together and bring your hands to your heart and just come back to your intention. Breathe it in. Allow yourself to be vulnerable on your mat. Allow whatever needs to show up to come and show itself to you. Another long breath in. Take your arms above your head and draw your hands up and give yourself one more back bend. Open up to your cactus arms. And then find your swan dive to fold. Half lift the chest. And fold your hands to your feet, bend your knees, bring your blocks with you. Send your left foot back and down. And take one more long stretch into this right leg. Let your head hang. Breathe through it. Beautiful. Bend your right knee, send your left foot back, left hand down, open up for your twist. And then take your right hand to your hip. Your right arm all the way around, turn your left heel down, warrior two. Bend into that right knee as you reverse. Elbow to knee, extend. Hand to your hip, left hand to your hip, open your chest. Windmill all the way down. Step your right foot back, one chaturanga, or skip it and go to child's. And downward dog. Breathe it out. And both your knees hover, step or walk to the front of your mat. And fold. Hands to your hips. Reach your flat back up to a stand and take a big breath in. Bring your hands to your heart. Lift the arms up and we're going to fold. And use your blocks if you need them. Send the right leg back, straighten out the left. as you fold, coming into this pyramid pose. Another long breath in. Then send your right foot back. Pull your left arm up and take your hand to your hip. Walk your left hand to your knee as you open up to warrior two. Bend the left knee forward and reverse. Elbow to knee, extend. Hand to your hip, open up once more. And then go ahead and windmill down to your mat. Last Chaturanga. To downward dog. Bend your knees. Reach back to your child. Draw your hips to the right as you swing your legs around in front of you. Take your blanket once more. I want you to roll it up and bring it behind your shoulders. Let the chest open up and let the arms come out to the side. Shoulders are supported by the blanket. You can bring the soles of your feet together. And if that's too deep, bring blocks underneath your knees or just extend one knee out and the other leg long. And breathe. If one leg is extended, switch to the other side. Then you would just straighten out the other leg. Bring your hands to your heart and pull your knees up. And rock your knees down from the outside inside. So pull your knees in. A little bit of more of that washing machine action. Bring your knees up and breathe. Gently lift your head and take your blanket from behind your shoulders. Lay flat on your back as you come to Shavasana. Shake your head no. Shake it out. Bring your knees, tug them into your chest, give yourself a hug. Roll to one side. Slowly bring yourself to your seated pose. Just remembering your intention, why you came to practice today. Just remembering that this is where we can gather our strength and connect to our power. Honoring yourself, honoring those around you. So much love and so many blessings from my heart to yours. Namaste.